Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is going to be my part 2 of my planning / journaling setup for 2021. I hope we can work with these rays of sunshine that are beaming in. So this is the Moterm cover, and there are a couple different versions of this croc leather. One that looks more like, I think it's like a Gilio. It has a very almost charcoal gray look. It's not like pitch black like this one, and it's very dry looking, where this one is, or I shouldn't say dry, I should say matte rather. This is more of a shiny look to it. So these go in and out of sale on Amazon. You just have to keep watching them. And you can also get them on AliExpress, and they do have both kinds, so be aware of which one you get. I like them both. I have a whole video where I had a situation where I got the other version and it wouldn't lay flat, so I ended up getting this one, and it does. So it does have a back pocket. Right now I currently don't have anything in there that I need to keep because I haven't really used these quite yet, but I love this leather. So on the inside I have a bunch of stencils because I figured if they are in my face I might use them. So here's this stencil, and that's who it's by. I will try to remember to link it down below. This does not work on the Hobonichi paper because it's 4mm grid. This is for 5mm grid, and I believe that on the website they probably do have one. I wanted a 5mm because I thought I was going to be in a bullet journal, and I feel like at some point in the year I end up being in a bullet journal. So I have this in here so I wouldn't forget I do have it. This is just a stencil that you can get from, I think, Office Depot. Sometimes I like to stencil like titles because I have horrible handwriting, that's why. Then we have more stencils here. I did a whole video unboxing of these. These are by Dear Lily Designs. These, again, you have to be careful because some of them, I think these are for the A5 size. And these ones, I believe they'll say on here 3.7, 4mm, and 3.5, 5mm. These are the original Hobonichis. I think there's, what, 4 of them that I have? Maybe 5. Another one for the Lily Designs. I can't remember if these are for the 0.4 or 5. I can't remember, but this is like when you set up little charts. These are from the original Hobonichi. You can just highlight dates with them, little stickers. And these, again, are just lines. I love those. Okay, so this is that other blank board that I ended up getting from Jet Pens, and I just keep my sticky notes on here with my writing so that once I have sticky notes on every single page, a lot of times because this is my writing journal, I just peel them off and put them on here when I'm done with them. So this is my writing journal, and I'm not going to share this with you because I'm going to do a whole video on it, including a little bit of a setup that I did that I already filmed for this on my writing channel. So this is Project Violet. This is just like my working notebook where I can just, you know, brainstorm and write things down off of a computer because sometimes I need to work things out on paper. And it fits in here because this is my day free A5 calendar by Hobonichi, and it's so skinny mini that 2 of them fit in here, which is why I should have gotten the Avec. So I could have had the Avec in here and this, but you know, whatever. This doesn't have to be in here, but it fits. So on here, I do have my Zebra Sarasa Grand. This is just the metal barrel, and it just has black in here. I love this pen, and I usually use that in my writing journal because this is the notebook that this comes with. So this cover comes with a notebook, and it's like a faux knockoff version of the MD notebook. Let's see if I have a blank paper in the back. Yeah, looks like this. It's gorgeous. So this is what we're going to focus on here. So this is the Hobonichi Day Free Calendar in A5. It has like this really kind of pretty blue, but with the cream, it just looks weird. I don't know what's going on with their color scheme, but it's weird. I covered this with a vinyl sticker sheet from Hobby Lobby. You can get them with a couple different designs and a lot in just plain different colors. So I put some stickers on here to kind of break it up so it wouldn't look like wallpaper, but I think it's beautiful. Cream roses kind of match the spine here, which I just left bare. This is just the color of the Hobonichi. When you open this up, I have a little bit of collage because I love doing that. I left some space to stamp, which I haven't gotten around to do. But once I do, I will. Here, again, a lot of space for stamping. And again, this is one of those rub-on stickers that I showed you earlier. I just took the whole sheet and put it on there instead of cutting it up. Again, this was another kind of like botched try of the foiling. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm pretty sure I need some other equipment, but still pretty even though. I prefer to just use the black ink if it's not going to work out. It's not that serious for me. On the back of this acetate, and this is thin acetate. It's not like the super thick one that you can buy from, I think I got it from Amazon. So if I can find a link, I'll link it below. I just use this for a dashboard to put some things. I loved this book so much. I never cover this page because it's that awkward page that they glue kind of high up because it's hiding the binding. Again, pissed about this page because my stickers are not here. 2 months, y'all. It's like 2 months and 2 weeks right now at this point. I don't even know. Gonna try to be a little bit more patient. This starts, of course, in the yearly. I think that's what they call this. I want to call it something else, but anyway, it starts in January of 2021. We are currently in the last week and a half of December of 2020, so I haven't bothered to set anything up here. It's still open. I'm not sure what to do there, but it only gives you the year. It doesn't give you anything other than the year at hand. It does give you in the monthlies, like it does in every Hobonichi, 1 month before the new year. So this is for 2020. Then it gives you the full year and then 3 months after. So the day free, if you've never seen, I have a whole video doing a review on this. So it goes all the way until March of 2022. And then it just goes into a bullet journal, and thus the name Day Free. And there's 171 pages, I believe. Let's look, shall we? Yes. So I thought I would use this as a reference notebook for like social media, mostly my YouTube channels, because I don't really do anything else on social media. I would go ahead on the monthlies and put down when I post to any kind of social media, any kind of due dates for videos when I want them uploaded and whatever. So I did kind of a test here since this month for me didn't count because I wasn't using it really, just to see how I would fill it out and how it would look. This is all done in, I believe that 0.4 friction pen, so it's nice and bold. Even the red part is in the friction pen. Nothing smeared, so that's good. Over here to the side, because I don't have this yearly for the month of December 2020, I just did one off to the side to see how I would really use it and break it down into the weeks. Right here you can see that you'll see the weeks posted, but I put them over here again. That's how I plan on doing the monthly, I think. I have a week and a half to change my mind, you guys. And I changed my mind like on a whim. It's just out of control. So the first couple of pages I made an index and I numbered it just to see how I'd want to keep them here. I like the space in between because I can put little signifiers in front of it. So I have 4 pages for index, and then I have my master filming list because again, I'm thinking social media in here. And swap is just Sylvia with a Plan, which is this channel. And then this is my other channel, the writing channel. So I thought I would start, you know, making lists for things and videos, trying to get more organized, maybe series that I've dropped or I haven't even started. And then I have 2 blank ones in case I need more for one than the other. And since it's numbered, it's okay that it's not in order. It's not that serious. So it's kind of like I decided to do a combination of reference book collections and GTD, which is the Getting Things Done system, just where you make lists, action lists, and I just refer to them because I'm really sick and tired of making like lists within my bullet journal, and then I have to transfer to a new bullet journal when that one's over and have to write those lists all over again. I don't like doing it. I know that writer Carol mentions it in his bullet journal, that it's kind of a good way to review things and see if anything on your list can be, you know, stricken out, that you don't need it anymore. And I'm just like, I don't care. I don't want to write shit twice. I just don't want to. I do have a Getting Things Done list in the back of my Hobonichi weeks, if you've seen that video. However, that one's more for like household and out of the house things. Again, this is just like more social media. So this is Sincerely Sylvia Writes, my writing channel for ideas for Instagram and then YouTube. And then, you know, I have a couple blank ones to name if I need to. If you're wondering why YouTube, if I already have a master list for filming, this is more like designing YouTube, you know, like for your, I don't know, they don't call it a cover page, but like your cover art, I guess, stuff like that. When I want to change it for seasons, or in Canva, when I make things, I like to write down specific colors. I like to have a color scheme. I'm trying to be more unified in that way. I like to use only a certain kind of font, so I can just write that information here so I remember. That way, when I make a thumbnail or anything like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm using this font for this channel. Does that make sense? I'm working on it, you guys. I'm working on it. And this is just like, it's not pretty writing. This is just a tombow, and then I write in cursive over it. I think it looks a little bit more unified and cute because I can't, okay, I shouldn't say I can't. I don't want to take the time to learn how to brush letter. So this is my pretty, and then up here I'm fine with it just being, you know, standard. And then of course I have some pages for swap, Facebook group, because I was like, I need to write down, I think I'm in like maybe 3 planner Facebook groups, and I never like add any information in there, and I was like, I should probably be more of that community. So I'm gonna try to work on social media because it's evil, and I don't know, I can't seem to get around it. Here we have Canva. Again, it's sort of the same ideas. I've learned how to do a lot of different things in Canva, so just writing down some notes so that I remember how to do them and where to find them is important to me. B-roll. I see people like do vlogging, or like instead of just sitting down and showing their planner, sometimes they'll make a cup of tea. And I love watching those videos because they're kind of cool, but I don't, like, sometimes I just want to see the planner. So sometimes I'm like, Sylvia, maybe you should kind of be cool and show a cup of tea. I don't know that I'm going to get that together, but I thought I would write down some ideas for that. I think that they use 2 cameras. Like right now I'm filming with my iPhone, but I do have a DSLR right here off to the side that I can put like this. And so I can film a little bit of me writing and then switch back and forth between footage, because that's sort of what I think they do. I doubt that they do all of this stuff and then do it all over again with the other camera. That would make no kind of sense. So this was me trying to work it out in my brain how that works and what would go on what cameras. Who knows that I'll get that together. Anyway, Google Docs. As a writer, I have certain things in Google Docs, and it's just kind of like I need like a master list to know where things are just to flip through, because I go online sometimes, but there's something therapeutic about flipping through pages and looking for things as opposed to finding them in files, because some files I just don't open them. I don't know what my problem is. Yeah. And this is for the writers table, which is our Facebook group, which I need to be more active in, and I need to learn how to do things in that because I do. So I have a place for notes on that. Okay, so this is from the Bullet Journal Method, the book. So breaking things into short-term, mid-term, and long-term notes, also from the same book. This is the mental inventory where you do, I hate to turn this because I don't want to get out of frame, but working on, should be working on, and what to be working on. I had this in the bullet journal, the collab with Loistrom, if you ever saw that series. And I really did like it. I appreciated it. So I wrote it in here because this is something I will look in every day, so I thought it would work out in here. Again, this is another spread from that that book. I mean, it's an okay read, but it's not that serious in order for you to be a bullet journal to read it. So there's that. This is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 years, 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, 1 hour, and then notes. So these are things that you want to accomplish in that time. And I don't think I did this in the bullet journal. I can't remember. Maybe I did. But I did go back through the actual book and I was like, okay, I'm going to try that this year. I don't remember. This is one of my favorite things. I made a quote page by one of my favorite male authors, George Orwell. The first one says, "The very concept of object truth is fading out of the world. Lies will pass into history." Which I think we've all known is true because the victors always write history. And that doesn't mean that it's always the truth. A lot of times it's one-sided and it makes them look better. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Absolutely true. If you don't believe me, man, think about how we love our cats and how we love our dogs, and then we go and eat our cows or our chickens, right? I mean, be real. And of course, we're talking more about human beings, but still, even if you're thinking from an animal perspective, it's like we love some and then eat others. It's definitely things I had to laugh about when I was doing plant-based, which I'm no longer, but it's sort of a beautiful life to be able to say that you have done no harm by eating, you know, animals and stuff like that. You know, whatever, just think about it. Okay, good writing is like a window pane. Absolutely. It should be clear and concise. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. I think that that was very much in danger this year because there was definitely someone who didn't want to hear things that needed to be told. It was a rough year. So I have this in here to remind me that it is important to tell people not just what they want to hear, but what will help them. You know what I mean? So I have this page in here of some of my favorite quotes from him. Love it, love it, love it. And then the rest is just blank pages. So I thought in this section here, I could just write down anytime I want to make a video, just kind of some of the points that I want to make about that video. I want to write more essay kind of form videos where it's sort of like step by step, the 5 things or the 10 things, because I've been buying and using the stuff for a while. I have some knowledge. It's just getting it all in a linear order, because sometimes when I do these rambly videos, which people do enjoy, they understand, I get sidetracked. So there's that. This is just a random page I decided towards the middle of the book. I was just going to see how it looked and do some pen testing, because I like to use the back page for other things and not pen testing. So you can see here that I was already having some of this, you know, smearage and issues where, of course, this will come in and hopefully work out a little bit more. I was also playing with where to put this. I was going to put it down here, but I couldn't get it to be even because sometimes there's enough lines and sometimes quotes are smaller. So I just decided over here on the edge would work just fine for me. And this is Toby the Panda and Pete the Penguin. These are stamps I got from Jet Pens, and they're just so cute. Okay, so then we go to the back here to the section that I've marked notes. I left this in case I decided to try this out as a bullet journal, because you can certainly do that. And again, I don't let my planners tell me what to do. I tell my planners what to do. And in case all of this is fun and I decide I want to be all in one book, not only do I have my collections getting things done system together, I'll also have like a bullet journal in the back. So that's why I decided to put this here, but I can just, you know, cut it out. It's not that serious. I just have a few pages in the back for that. Okay, so I marked the times table and I went ahead and I wrote in here what days I wanted to work on certain things. So like my novel, my whip, short stories, microfiction, on what days and what have you. So these are just a list of everything that I want to work on and then what days I might want to work on those things. And if this doesn't work out and I use this as part of my writing. I'll be able to use this for habit tracking. I can go back on every Monday and see what I worked on the most, whether it was essay writing or microfiction or what have you, and then go ahead and write that in here so I can kind of see, well, this is what you naturally tend to write on those days. Because sometimes I do. I tend to write certain things on certain days. I thought I would try graphing here different projects to see how that goes. And I wrote down some projects that I'm currently going to be starting. Some of them that I'm pulling directly into 2021 from 2020 that weren't finished. I don't know how I'd graph them here, but I thought I would try it out. So I put that here to remind myself to give it a go. Over here, I'm not sure. Maybe my favorite 12 videos of the year I could put down there. Is that something crazy? You know, just so that I can say, okay, these are the ones that got the most likes or the most people watched. So how do I continue that success or something like that? Again, more words because words are amazing. And of course, I just cover these back pages that have Japanese on them with more pages from my old Hobonichi. Back here, I have some ephemera, and this is like sticker paper from Your Creative Studio. This was from that same sticker kit from, I just had it, Traveler's Company, the one that has these tabs on it. This folds out. It's the same one that I have in my Hobonichi Weeks. I just printed this one on cardstock instead of vellum. On the back, I just keep stickies in case I need them. Some more stuff from Your Creative Studio, and these are those rub-on stickers. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. And this is just a Target dollar spot pocket to put things in there, stickers and what have you. These I've had since 2017 or 2016, whenever I had my first Hobonichi. Oops. Yeah, so they're meant for the A5 Hobonichi. And these are from my Kokyo Jibun Techo, the stencils that go in that. So let me know how you're using your A5 cousin or your A5 day free, and if you're using it in a similar way or if you've ever used it the way I have suggested. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.